Good evening and welcome to this week's final edition of Primetime News. I'm Selima Shimwefeleni Masipa. Leading tonight's bulletin, the City of Windhoek, the National Housing Enterprise and the Ministry of Urban and Rural Development handed over 28 houses to residents of the Samora Machel constituency in Windhoek earlier today. These 28 houses are part of a larger project with a total of 138 houses to be delivered to residents by the joint venture. Konjeni Ambinga brings us the lead story.
We just said, we are now here to hand over the house to Mr. Junior. Thank you very much.
Through smart partnership and innovative financing models, we aim to increase the availability of quality homes that not only improve living conditions, but also stimulates economic growth and social cohesion. Development. Since inception, the project has successfully delivered over 700 affordable and quality houses for residents of Windhoek's informal settlement areas. We continue to endeavor to provide adequate numbers of service plots under the Mass Urban Land Servicing project. Through the informal settlement upgrade, the government intends to eliminate shacks in our informal settlement by upgrading service plots with a formal structure. Plots are expected to be ready in 2025 and will result in the construction of at least 400 housing units. I'm optimistic that our efforts will yield positive results and that the reduction of shacks in our informal settlement will be evident for all to see.
Now you guys should knock in it. Not everywhere like the way. You just don't need to knock everywhere like the way we knock at the bathroom.
Onto a developing story. The body of a man found hanging from a high-voltage pylon in Windhoek on July 3, 2024, in an apparent electrocution has been identified as 28-year-old Nestor Nihilifa Joseph. Here's Sylvia with more on this story.
Chief Inspector Katrina Naukushu of the Windhoek City Police confirmed the man's identity to Nampa on Wednesday. She, however, could not confirm whether the death was a result of suicide or not. Joseph's body was found stuck on a high-voltage steel electrical line during the early hours of 3rd July 2024. The incident took place at Windhoek's Kumasdal residential area behind Mahatma Gandhi Street, where a passerby allegedly saw the body and alerted the police. Joseph's next of kin have been informed of his death. Sylvia Hashondali reporting for Primetime News.
And now, an update on the latest voters' registration stats. The Electoral Commission of Namibia, or ECN, said since commencement of the general registration of voters, they have registered a cumulative total number of 823,761 eligible Namibians. The Commission said this in a media statement on Wednesday, further adding that the figure represents those registered as voters inside the country and at all Namibian diplomatic missions abroad between the 3rd of June and the 6th of July 2024.
The statement added that the figures represent an average of 24,562 registered voters per day between the 1st and 6th July 2024. Khomas region recorded the highest number of registered voters, that being 152,920, followed by Ohangwena with 87,441, and Omusati has registered 85,230. The regions that have registered the fewest voters are Omaheke with 24,261, while Zambezi and Hardap have registered 26,307 and 27,793 respectively. ECN, while acknowledging slight improvement in turnout during the week of the 1st to the 6th July 2024 compared to the previous week of the 24th to the 29th June 2024, says it is still concerned with the low turnout recorded countrywide thus far. The government continues across the country and at all Namibian diplomatic missions abroad until the 1st August 2024, Monday to Saturday from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Namibians will return to the polls on the 27th November to cast their votes in the 2024 presidential and National Assembly elections. Sheila Perestrello reporting for Primetime News.
The city of Windhoek on Thursday apologized for the inconvenience caused by a power outage experienced in certain parts of the city on Wednesday evening.
According to City of Windhoek, the power outage started at 7 p.m. and was rectified by 9:30 p.m. It is alleged that the outage was caused by a conductor break on the city's 66 kilovolts outer ring overhead line network between Van Eck and Lafrens power stations. The areas affected by the outage included Avis, Klein Windhoek, Ouwesbliek, Prosperita, Zimbabasia, Kleine Cooper, Academia, Koreagap, Kommersdal, Ochomwise, Vanaheda, Havana, Hakahana, Okujangava, Katutura, Northern Industrial Area, and Lafrens. City of Windhoek in a statement sincerely apologized to all clients for any inconvenience caused by this unplanned outage. Sylvia Hashundali reporting for Primetime News.
Stay tuned for your top roundup with the business segment thereafter. Welcome to the Primetime Biz segment, your premier source for all things business related. During the handing over ceremony of 28 houses at the Goriangap Extension 4 settlement, Minister of Urban and Rural Development Erastus Utoni stated that upgrading and renewal projects in neglected areas are key components of the new housing policy launched in the capital on Thursday. The new policy emphasizes initiatives such as the Informal Settlement Upgrade Pilot Project, expanding the government's efforts to provide affordable housing solutions for low and middle-income families. Konjeni Ambinga brings us the details.
We are here today to receive or to get something from the City of Windhoek and NHA. Yes, me, I'm beneficial from City of Windhoek. Thank you for building our wonderful houses. I'm looking forward to many great memories here at our place, our new place here.
We are not only building homes, but also nurturing communities and fostering a sense of belonging and pride among our residents. Together, let us continue to work towards a Namibia where everyone has a place to call home.
Providing access to affordable housing and increasing the land and housing supply. The Informal Settlement Upgrading Pilot Project is an example of land delivery channel that enables vulnerable groups to access land with secure danger and avoidance of forced evictions. These 28 homes are more than just structures. They are a symbol of what can be achieved when we come together with a shared purpose and determination. However, our work does not end here. We recognize and there is still much to be done. The demand for affordable housing continues to grow, and we must remain steadfast in our efforts to meet this need.
For this one, or for our new houses and for our property, let me say just for our properties. And now it is here. We say thank you very much.
The Minister of Information and Communication Technology, Emma Tiafelis, said poverty, unemployment and the high cost of living are contemporary pressing challenges for Namibia, and government institutions must devise strategies to address these challenges. Sheila Perestrello brings us this insert.
And I say this because we must not wait for problems to become the size of a boulder before we can address them. When we can address it when it's a pebble or a small stone. And I think that's very important for especially public enterprises and for all of us that are tasked with not only taxpayers' money, but the trust of the Namibian people for us to work for them. I say this because leadership is a catalyst for change. And it's what we are charged with as the leaders in this room. Of course, we serve the Namibian people at different levels. Our positions and titles, as artificial they may be, puts us at the place of authority to not only manage the resources of our various institutions, which are direct investment of the Namibian people in those institutions, and they want results at the end of the day. So leadership is the catalyst that will ensure our success. And we are all driving this country from wherever we are. We are all civil and public servants for the Namibian people. When we accepted citizenship and we accepted the jobs that we have actually applied and took up positions for, we accepted the responsibility. And the institutions that we lead, whether it's a government ministry or public enterprise, the whole country depends on your delivery for the Namibian people to feel like they can trust not only their government of the day, but trust in your leadership to drive the importance of the work that you're doing.
It's now a look at what the weather has in store for us tomorrow in the Weather Report, followed by a roundup of the latest economic news. Welcome to Sport Planet, your one-stop hub for all things sports. We commence with rugby. South Africa will bank on experience in Ireland on a reshuffled team when they clash on Saturday in Durban in the second and final test between the top-ranked rugby nations. Springboks coach Rassie Erasmus has chosen a starting lineup boasting a record 990 caps for the hugely anticipated rematch after his team triumphed 27-20 in Pretoria last weekend. He also had the rare luxury of naming an unchanged matchday 23 with no injuries after a bruising first test battle which cost the tourists dearly. Inspirational Siya Kolisi skippers the world champions and #1 ranked nation and lock Eben Etzebeth will add to his 121 test appearances. Now the latest concerning the Euros 2024 final. Spain playmaker Dani Olmo is vying for the Euro 2024 Golden Boot with England's Harry Kane, but said today he doesn't care about winning it as long as his team lifts the trophy. Olmo and Kane are tied on 3 goals with 4 other players, and if either score in the final on Sunday in Berlin, they will likely claim the prize. However, with Spain angling for a record 4th European Championship, Olmo said the team's target was far more important than his own individual glory. Stay tuned for your sports roundup. This concludes your Friday edition of Primetime News. Many thanks for tuning in. Do make time to join us on Monday for another engaging edition. On behalf of myself, Masipa, and the dedicated crew behind the scenes, it's good night.